Hi guys, so in this video I'm going to show you how to make a little mouse out of a toilet paper tube. You're also going to need some coloured card, so a variety of different colours. For my mouse I'm going to be using some white card, pink card, maybe a little bit of black card, but you can use whatever colours that you like. I'm also going to be using some googly eyes, but you don't have to use those if you don't want to. You can always just draw them on. And I'm also going to be using a little pipe cleaner for my tail, but again you guys can use whatever you like. You could just use a strip of card or something instead. What you will need however is some scissors and some sellotape to use with your card. First thing that I've done here is I've created the body of my mouse by coating my empty toilet tube in my card colour of choice. So I've gone for a white card for this one. This is going to be the main body of my mouse. But you could use brown or grey or something else if you'd rather. The next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to stick the head of my mouse on. So to start with, what I've done is I've just cut it to size, to the same kind of length as the tube, wrapped the white card around and held that in place with some sticky tape. Okay, and then what I've done is using that same white card, I've cut a sort of teardrop shape. This is going to be the mouse's head. Okay, so you want it to be kind of that sort of size. That's going to get stuck on just there. Okay, before I stick it on though, I want to add its decorations. I don't want to be trying to fiddle doing those while it's on the toilet tube, so I'm going to put that to one side for a moment. The decorations I'm going to add first of all are going to be the mouse's ears. So I've cut some shapes about this size that are going to stick to the other side of the head. Okay, so they just sort of poke over like that. And I'm also going to stick some pink little bits of card onto these like this, so that in the end I've got a little something that looks a bit like a mouse's ear. So I'm just going to start sticking those on now. So now I've got my mouse's head with his ears attached. I've glued some pink card circles onto the white card circles for the ears, and then I've used a bit of sellotape to stick these onto the back of my mouse's head. So he's good to go. Now just needs some facial features. I'm going to add 2 eyes, I'm going to have a pink circle for a nose, and I'm going to add some whiskers too. So now I've got my mouse's head that looks like this, that's got the googly eyes attached, and he's also got a nice pink nose at the bottom. He's ready to be stuck on, but before I do, I'm also going to add some whiskers. So I've cut out here 6 kind of thin black strips of card. I'm going to stick those to the back so that they extend out from the nose, and they also stick out to make him look like he's got some whiskers. Okay, so my mouse is ready. He's got his whiskers, his ears, his eyes and his nose. What I need to add is a few more details that can be stuck onto my mouse. Okay, so I'm going to create some little hands and some little feet. I'm going to draw those out onto my cardboard first before I cut those out. So that's what I have here, some smaller hands and some larger feet that'll get stuck on the bottom. Those are ready for me to cut out and stick onto the mouse. So I've now got a few bits ready to stick out onto my mouse to start to make the body look like the body of a mouse. I've got his larger feet and some smaller little hands ready to get stuck on. So I'm going to crack on with those. The hands are going to go about halfway down the tube, so just be kind of stuck around here. Okay, something like this. The head, of course, is going to go near the top like this, and my feet are going to be just jutting out from the bottom there. So I'm going to stick all those on now. Now in terms of sticking these on, what I've done with the head is I've put some glue on the back, but to keep it in place really securely, I've also put a bit of tape just on the back there, down into the inside of the tube. So that's to keep that like nice and steady, otherwise you don't want it falling off if it's just got the glue, but you do want to have a bit of glue on there so the bottom of it stays in place as well. The hands, because they are just card on card, they'll stick down pretty easily. The feet, however, because we want them to be at the bottom, just like this, and obviously it's going to be difficult to stick it just to this narrow material, what I've done is I've taken the feet and bent them up a little on the back. So what you can do then, apply a little bit of sticky tape to the back of this, and then stick it inside the tube, just like that. So you can stick it down with a bit of tape just in there. So then that should make it sort of stick out a little bit and stand up without falling off. So that's a way that you can stick those in there. Okay. So what I'm going to do I'm going to take my tape, I'm going to put it against the folded side, just like this. Okay, so it's ready to be stuck on to the inside of my toilet tube. I'm going to pop that inside and apply it just to the back, like so. Then you should have one little foot sticking out. And if I can get my second bit of tape, there we go. Apply that to the back there. Then I want my second foot just in like this and stick that tape down. So I've got my mouse, his little feet, and he's got his hands and his whiskers. The last thing that I want to, oh, foot coming a bit free there. The last thing that I want to do is give him a nice curly tail. So again, you can use some card for this if you like. I'm going to use a little bit of pipe cleaner to give it a special touch. So what I'm going to do is cut it to the length I want. So I think probably about half this will do for me. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit of a curl in it, just like this. And I'm just going to take some sellotape to stick that to the back there. Using glue probably won't work too well on the fluff of the pipe cleaner. So I'm going to take a bit of sellotape from my tube here. You can use 2 bits if you want, maybe, just to be nice and extra secure. I'm going to grab 2 like that. I'm going to take end of my pipe cleaner, hold it in place where I want it on the back of my mouse. Pop 1 bit down, just like that, and then pop my second bit down to give it that extra stability. And there we have it, your little mouse. And you can use this then to decorate your home. You make ones of different colours, you could experiment with different materials and things, but I look forward to seeing anything that you manage to have a little bit of a go at. Thanks guys, enjoy!